Happy Christmas Eve and happy Wednesday. Yeah, today is Wednesday, y'all. I'm a little thrown off because technically I was supposed to go to work today, and then I think the executive order came out and they was like, no, you guys don't have to work on Christmas Eve. So I was happy about that. So yes, but today is Wednesday. And of course, I had my newest addition to the nursery, little Prim, with me. She's now finally rooted. And if you guys saw my post, I had a boo-boo with her that I was able to fix. And I'm so happy about that because I was very disappointed when I found her in the condition that I found her. And what I believe happened is on Monday, I came home. I think I cooked. I think while cooking, I was also like transitioning back and forth between cooking and rooting and cooking and rooting. And then I think I needed to redo my nails, and I think I redid my nails. And when I redid my nails, I think some of the alcohol from my nails must have got on my clothes or something. Some kind of way I transferred something that would strip the kit. So when I came home on Monday, I put her head on. So when I had her all wrapped up in a blanket, all I needed to do was reattach the head because all the rest of her body was already together. So I reattached the head, and then I was like, oh yeah, I need to put on a fresh undershirt and a diaper, and let's get her dressed and everything. And actually underneath this, I did not ever put an undershirt on underneath her because she has, this is like a two-piece, so this is like a jumper and a shirt and a knitted shirt. So this top is separate from the jumper, but this is a jumper. So it's a jumper, it's a three-piece. And then there's another outfit that I have that has another shirt that's literally the same color with another style knitted hat and some pants. But anyway, this is the jumper set with the knitted sweater underneath. So it's like a three-piece, like I said. And anyway, I put this on her and never put an undershirt on her. And she has on her little honey bug pacifier. So I'm going to take that off. And so anyway, when I went to change her diaper, I noticed that this left foot, which now, of course, I had fixed it, but the left foot had paint missing, like in this area, down to the white meat. I was like, what? What happened? And so I was backtracking and thinking, I was like, what happened to my baby? So then I went further to change the diaper and lifted her legs up. And of course, this is a cloth body, so this is not a full body anatomically correct baby. So you don't have to worry about seeing no female or male parts, nothing like that. Because this is a vinyl kit. This is not silicone, this is vinyl. But anyway, I went to change her. And when I went to change her, I lifted her up and I could see on both of the upper thighs, like right where the cloth body meets the right where the cloth body meets the upper thighs, I could see that here, like all of this was missing and some of this was missing. Now this leg I was able to restore with no problem. It doesn't even look like I had to do anything. But this leg, I had to completely strip this whole leg and foot this morning, because the more and more I tried to fix it and the more and more I tried to repair it, it was getting ugly and it was getting worse. So I was like, nope, repair it. This is not acceptable, and I need my baby to look like she belongs to me. This is not acceptable. So I got up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning, stripped her, and because for the last 48 hours, I have been trying to correct her, just like I correct the other leg and the foot with no problem, but it just wasn't working. So I was like, nope, you got to strip it. You need to go through the whole process, and it's only one limb, so it's not like it's going to take forever, because I was like, I don't need to redo the whole baby for this one limb. So anywho, one of the things that I have really been thinking about is I am going to have to stop multitasking. I'm not going to be able to do that. When I'm making the baby, I'm going to have to focus. And if I have to, because you do have to adult, there are things that you have to do. But if I get caught in the middle of something and need to go and switch to another activity, because, I don't live alone. I have a husband. I don't have any children though. But if I have to switch and flip and do something else, then I need to properly wash my hands, make sure that everything is solid with my clothes, with my outfit. If I think I have soiled the outfit in any kind of way or messed it up, and it's going to affect my baby, then I need to change my clothes or do what I need to do, because the work, one of her buttons came off, but oh, here it is. But the work that we do to create the babies, I just happen to have some needle and thread nearby, but anyway, the work that we do to create and make the babies is a lot of work, and I don't want to get in the habit of switching between activities and then the baby's coming out with boo-boos. That's not professional, and that doesn't jive well. So like I said, there are some things that you have to do because you live with other people, and they are just dolls. But when you're talking about the art form, especially if you're making a doll for a client or a customer, you got to start setting up your workspace to be your workspace, and it can't be a whole bunch of things going on if you are trying to make a flawless baby, is what I'm saying. I think you guys catch what I'm trying to say. You hear what I'm trying to put down here. Like, I'm gonna have to like do better. And even if I'm making a baby for myself, I am posting about my progress. I'm posting about my work. Again, I don't want people to think that, oh, she's sloppy when she makes the dolls. Oh, she doesn't care. And I don't want to feel like that, so I'm going to be more intentional about what am I doing. And maybe if today is too busy, then skip today. Don't work on the doll today. Work on the doll when I can focus on making the doll. So that was a fourth takeaway, because on my post I put 3 takeaways, but I believe that the most important takeaway is to make sure that I'm in a space and time when I can really focus and give reborning the attention that it needs, and I can be intentional and precise with my work. and I have all these little accidents. However, I do know that sometimes things just do happen, and it can happen while you're being intentional. An accident can happen. You can mess up a doll while you're being intentional. It doesn't have to be because you are multitasking. Things happen. Sometimes paint doesn't go on the way you want it to go on. Sometimes um, things just don't turn out the way you want them to turn out, and it just happens. But the other thing, though, that I am happy about is it showed me my skills have improved, because I was able to flip that leg around in a matter of a couple hours, and um, she's right here like it never happened. So I'm so happy about that. But at the same time, what I'm saying is I don't want to make that a habit. I don't want to make that something that um, I start doing unconsciously, which is working and doing multiple things while I'm making dolls, and then having all of these crazy occurrences where I gotta restart the doll. Because the other thing is, just like it's, I feel like certain processes are not healthy for my upper respiratory system. Neither is stripping the doll and smelling alcohol every week either. So I do want to take that into consideration as well. Like, when you strip the kit, you have to use some serious um, materials to get the paint off, and chemicals to get the paint off. So you don't want to keep inhaling alcohol and certain chemicals. I just finally sewed the button back on. But you don't want to inhale certain chemicals and put yourself at risk either from doing that. And you want to have proper ventilation and all that type of stuff. But anyway, I still think my baby turned out super, super cute. And I'm so excited about how my little Prim turned out. And I didn't make her hair super duper short, but I didn't make it super duper long either. And this time I bought the hair from another hair representative. So now I have two hair representatives, because I just ordered some curly dark brown mohair from Susan Nagel. And then my new lady is Tammy Omer, I believe her name is. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But anyway, Tammy. And those of you who order hair, you're probably familiar with who I'm talking about. But now I have two hair representatives. So my first hair representative, she usually goes away in the wintertime. And I just made the final cut for ordering that curly dark brown mohair. I just made it with that. And so I'm just freshening up her hair before I bring her into the camera view again. But she had this hat on, so she been laying down, so she kind of got some bed hair here. But I'm just combing her hair down and getting her all dolled up before I put her in the camera again. But anyway, I'm so excited about how she turned out. Then I was at work yesterday, and I got a text message from one of my reborn sister friends. And shout out to Lynn at My Bella Blessing, because she blessed me with some Happy Mail yesterday. And I thought it was so adorable what she sent. And so she took some photos of me and my husband, which I love, and she sent us these socks, and our pictures are on these socks. Aren't they adorable? These are so cute. So there was a pair for my husband and a pair for me. And so I just love this. And I just love when other couples encourage other couples. Isn't that sweet? That is so nice. Thank you, Lynn. I love my socks, and I am planning to wear them tomorrow for Christmas morning. So yes, and he loved the socks too. He said thank you. And I just thought this was too cute and so adorable. So I so love my Christmas socks from Lynn at my Bella Blessing. But anywho, Miss girl is ready now. I have combed her hair and slicked it on down. So again, I didn't choose like a very, very short hairstyle. And yes, I know she is a preemie size, but I've been looking at some preemie photos, and sometimes preemies come into this earth with a head full of hair. So I like my babies to have hair, y'all. I don't know if you guys realize now, but I like hair. So my babies will have hair, unless I just have that one baby that one time and get that urge to leave the baby bald or whatever. And the other thing too is, truthfully, I'm not a master at doing what sparsely rooted hair. I'm not a master at doing sparsely rooted hair. So that's the next thing. But honestly, I really do like my babies to have hair, and lots of it. So I really adore when babies have a lot of hair. So yes. So now, if you guys are not aware, Little Prim is a very tiny kid. She is 16 inches. She's not she's not a big baby. She's a really tiny tot. But when I looked up on the internet the size chart for preemie babies and newborns, 16 inches is like right on the borderline. So it's 16 inches is right on the borderline of newborn and preemie. So she is almost a regular newborn size. So yeah, I let her have a little bit more hair than what I thought I was, and I really liked how her hair came out, and I just think she turned out so cute. And then, guys, I had ordered these honey bug pacifiers, and they came in a set, so it's like 3 more of them, maybe 5 more of them. And I thought I was ordering the regular size honey bugs, but these little teeny weenies came. So I said these will be perfect for Little Prim because she's so little, and it fits her just so cute and so nice. So anyway, I'm gonna be ordering me some more honey bug pacifiers soon too, because I want to start getting the honey bugs so I don't have to worry about modifying the pacifiers and trying to create a pocket for the magnet. The honey bugs just make it look so natural, that you know how the pacifier fits. So I'm loving that. All right, so enough about Little Prim, and enough about the bizarre missing paint that came off of her and whatnot. I'm just happy that she's fixed now and looking brand new, and like she never got messed up. I'm so happy. Anywho, I am now working on Eva by Priscilla Lopez, and I did wash Eva, I did alcohol Eva, and I don't know when I'm gonna add her first layer of paint and varnish her. But did I varnish her this morning? You know what? I varnished her. So when I was fixing Little Prim, I varnished Eva as well. I was like, well, if I'm varnishing Little Prim's limbs, I might as well varnish Eva's limbs and put fresh varnish on her so that when I'm ready, I can paint her. So the next thing will be her first skin tone layer. So I'm going to do that. But I'm also rooting the baby for my 7th client. And she is the Real Born Mary asleep. And I might bring her over here in a few seconds. So let me get up and take Little Prim and lay her down. Oh, and before I lay her down, her name reveal. If you don't follow me on any of my other platforms, and this is the only platform that you follow me on, I did decide to name this baby. What did I decide to name her? I decided to name her Kennedy Brielle. That's right, Kennedy Brielle. And y'all, I went through so many different names. At first, her name was supposed to be Sky. At first, her name was going to be Sky. And then it changed to Bailey. And I was like, I don't think I can say Bailey. I don't think I can do that. I was like, no, I don't think it's Bailey. Bailey. I couldn't figure out how to say it either. I was like, that's not going to work for me. I need something that just flows out my mouth and feels natural coming out. That's like a big thing for me. I don't want no name that I can't say it the same every time I say it. But when I kept looking at her, I said, you know what? This is Kennedy. And I named her Kennedy. And very rarely do I give my babies like a middle name. So, but this is Kennedy Brielle. So I'm going to put Miss Kennedy Brielle, put her little hat back on her. I just wet her hair, so I might let her hair dry down a little bit first. Because it's going to dry in place. This kind of hair is going to dry in place. So her hair will dry in place. And then it'll stay like this for a while. That's the kind of hair this is. And it's super duper soft. This hair that I bought from Tammy Omer is super duper soft. And the other thing that I did want to comment on is this hair from Tammy. I don't know what she is conditioning and putting in this hair, but her hair smells so good. This hair smells super duper nice when you get the baby's hair. Anyway, I'm gonna take the little hat and lay it across the bassinet, and I'll be right back. Coming. Just gotta pick up the other baby, put her down, and pick up the other baby, and then I'll be right back over. All right, so this is my work in progress, guys. I have not finished fully rooting the Real Born Mary asleep, but so far this is how she has come out. I'm still working on the arms. I did buy a new body, and I do like the new body, but I'm gonna still be working on these arms until I get her the way I want her. I'm not fully pleased with where her arms are yet, but I'm not worried about that yet because I can re-weight her until I get her right. But and sometimes also the outfit can make the limbs a little constrained, but before I put these pajamas on her, her arms were moving a little bit more freely, so I wasn't too worried about it. But I'll know when it gets just right because I want the arms to be able to rotate and for it to be easy to pose the baby. But anyway, she is such a big chunky baby, and she's turning out so cute as I'm adding her hair. Now, of course, in the back, she is bald, and I am working to add hair to her. And we'll continue to add more hair to this middle area and then on the sides and then finish up the back. But so far, her hair is coming in nice, and I gave her some little bangs that I can lay down and nicely put on her forehead. I guess bangs is what we call them, or baby hairs or whatever. But she's turning out super cute, and I think I am going to pierce her ears because the client number 7, she doesn't know what she wants and she doesn't care. So I think I am going to pierce the ears for her, though. I am going to ask her, though, before I pierce the ears one more time, just in case she emphatically has changed her mind and doesn't want her ears pierced. I want the client to be happy. So I don't want to be a bossy artist. I want to give the client their preference, especially since I'm not in the skill set of making customs. I do want to take the client's needs or desires into consideration. But overall, I love this baby. I really thought that this was a cute kid. And I just love how she's looking. So, of course, before I send her to her mom or the client that's buying her, I am going to show her hair before I send her off. But what I am working towards is these little curly puffs all over in different, I have like the little, not rubber band, not like rubber bands, but the plastic rubber bands. And I'm going to take the plaits out and then wet the hair and put it in little curly puffs. And if you put some hair rollers in this kind of hair, this is very, very curly hair. I have it plaited right now, but this hair is real curly. It will curl up, and I believe it'll make like little curly puffs like all over her head. I think that's going to be super cute when I'm done. But yes, so outside of that, I am working on my babies. Excited about Christmas tomorrow, opening my gifts, and I'm excited about the gifts that I got from my husband because they've been wrapped since the day after Thanksgiving. Y'all, I usually shop for him in like August or September, and usually the day after Thanksgiving his stuff is under the tree and ready to go. So I'm always excited about that, and just blessed that we're all still here to share this time together. And I wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't see you before then. And thank you guys again for all your support in 2025. The newcomers to Pumpkin Corner Nursery, those of you who have been hanging in there with me ever since I started, I appreciate all of you. Peace and blessings to all of you. And have a wonderful holiday week. Bye-bye.